guys.
Wild.
I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but yeah. Wow, wow, wow. Like, what is really going on? This stuff here, things that's happening now, is heating up. It's just missing. It's just missing. Put it like that.
Well, this if you guys are reading the title, this attempted assassination resembles the actual assassination of John F. Kennedy.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember like my grandparents telling me like what that was like, what, living through that, seeing it on the screen. And so, a lot of people, well, we just saw it on the screen where this whoever 20-year-old from the rooftop wanted to attempt to assassinate previous President Donald Trump.
yeah. That's crazy to think about. And I guess for me, it's like stuff happens, and it's kind of normal now in a way.
That's not normal.
It's not normal, but like something big might happen like that. But I'm pretty sure the next week or so is gonna pass because something else is gonna happen.
No, that I don't think it's going to pass. I think this is going to be the thing that marks the turn in modern day American history of the division and civil war that
Yeah.
people are like, "Oh, this is about to happen," because those good old boys, they're not going to be too happy about this.
Oh no, no. You definitely heard him when we was looking at the news and stuff, talking about USA, USA, USA. So yeah, they definitely gonna ride for Donald Trump. So just be aware, guys. Just pay attention and prepare for what's to come.
It's
Right?
funny because I was looking at Instagram and like my business profile, and somebody posted, they were like, "Okay, so who y'all voting for?" Talking to our community, and a lot of our people were like, "I'm leaving." Like, good.
Yes, this is
Let
a
me give
perfect
y'all a
time.
round of applause.
This is a perfect time to do that. But yes, yeah, this is
By the
crazy.
way, we are journey with us.
Yes, we are journeying with us, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. If you're in the chat now, make sure you like the video and leave us some comments, your thoughts, and your questions, your concerns about what just happened. Because it's literally like not, I want to say not even a day ago.
No,
This thing happened. So
because
yes,
our time when we woke up, it was recent, like in the last 3 hours when I got up and saw
yeah.
like the notification.
So I think it was like evening there. Like
Yeah, it was like
that's
eight
crazy to think
thirty.
about. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, guys, let us know your comments. Because this is shocking.
Breaking news. And by
Breaking
the
news.
way, if y'all don't know who we are, we have been outside of America for 4 years. We traveled throughout Southeastern Africa. And, eventually I hope that will be other regions of Africa too. But that's
Mhm.
where we're at. And we left back in 2020 during the COVID era. And I do believe that this era that we're in now is more treacherous and it's more important to leave because we have obviously the super high inflation, we have
Mhm.
violence. Like nobody can just say right now America's not violent. It's actually pretty safe. It's just not.
Chaos.
It's
That's
just
what it
not.
is. It's chaos.
It is chaos. But I
Crazy.
guess if you're living in the chaos, it's hard for you to conceive that there's peace outside of
Elsewhere.
America.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Cause I don't know if y'all watched that video. Run that video back. That's like okay,
Mm.
given like Martin Luther King Jr. assassination type vibes. Now, I don't know if y'all notice and pay attention. By the way, hit the like button because there's 26 people in the room and 5 likes. We should have like maybe like 15 likes, I would hope. But if y'all pay attention to that assassination, it he didn't die from the actual gunshot. Now they actually hit Martin Luther King Jr., but he died later in the hospital because
Mm.
somebody in a suit or some, them folks, somebody came in and suffocated him with a pillow.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about.
This situation is like you don't really know what it is. Um, you just don't know because the guy that they're saying did is like 20 years
Yeah,
old.
20 years
So that's
old.
giving you the
Uh,
narrative of the crazy young white guy.
yeah, a lone shooter. Like, so he did it by himself. Um, he kind of looked like He had the what's that movie? The Joe.
He looked like a good old boy, to be
Yeah,
honest,
he had
but
the
I guess he
hair and
wasn't.
everything, and I'm like, wow, okay. Me personally, eh, I don't trust nothing they say. So you got to still keep your eyes open because I feel like something. And let me stop talking.
It's one of those wait and see
Yeah, you
moments.
gotta wait and
Like,
see. We gotta wait and see because you know it's a lot of stuff that they put on the news that's not. I'm not saying this is not true. I'm
right,
just saying
not at all.
you have to be aware. You can't be too distracted about this because something else might bigger might have happened
I think it's
behind
way
the
bigger,
scenes.
but they're not going to tell.
Yeah,
When I say it's bigger, I think it could possibly, very allegedly be different entities outside of America. I'll put it like that because yeah, that's crazy. The American people haven't seen something like that since when was JFK assassinated? It was like the 80s. Was it the 70s or 80s?
I'm too young. I don't remember.
It was either the 70s or the 80s.
Something like that. But yeah, that's like yeah, something like that didn't happen in so long. So yeah, it's like man, and it's Donald Trump, guys. Like it's Donald Trump.
And they
Think
have
about
been
that.
trying to take him down. Not that he don't deserve it. I don't know. I'm not pro Biden or Trump. We're pro the Most High and getting yourself, your belongings, your children, your lineage out of Babylon. That's what we're pro.
Yeah,
Oh, Ebo King, 1967. Wow, thank you. Wow, it's been a very long time.
yeah.
1967,
Wow.
because Martin Luther King was assassinated in like 1964, 1963. So the 60s was just wild. That was a wild decade. It was just everything because they had a
Yeah,
war going on at that time too. But we have a war going on at this time as well.
yeah. A silent type. It's so crazy.
Well, it's a
I'm like
world
just
war. Ain't
miss,
that silent?
like just miss, and that's really the state of America. Like a lot of people are taking shots, but they're just missing. So what's going to happen if they hit? It's going to be it's going to be so much chaos. Like it's it's already chaos, but the chaos is going to ramp up even more.
Yeah, it's almost guaranteed because them good old boys, they not gonna be happy about that. If you somebody, look, I remember in middle school when everybody would put like the Obama sticker, the who else was running against him? Some other man, I forget who it was. Everybody would have their stickers on their car. If you one of them people right now putting Biden sticker, your Trump sticker,
Mm.
don't do that. This look, 2024, 2025, that ain't the year to do that. Just be neutral, be low key,
No, don't even be in
be
America.
discreet.
Just be out of America.
Well, some of them gonna stay. They fighting for their what they believe is their territory.
Don't. I know it be so many um, rallies and stuff saying don't vote, don't vote. Literally, do not vote. Don't do that. No matter what is happening, do not vote. It's very simple. But
Well,
I
what do
know
you
a
say
lot of
to the
people.
people that say they come in the comments and they're gonna say, "But this is the right our ancestors fought for. How are we ever gonna change
Well,
anything?"
that's your choice. That's your opinion. I'm just trying to say, do not vote. Do not trust in that system
No.
because it's falling. Like Babylon is literally falling. It's falling, and it's a lot of stuff that's happening right in front of everybody's eyes. And if you're not woken up by now, if you're not awake right now, I don't know what to tell you.
I don't
It's
know.
really time to just leave that place alone.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
really,
rigged. It's rigged so badly. I know they just put out the Project 2025 thing. They saying allegedly Trump put that out. It's too much confusion. It's
it's
just
too much.
leave.
It's too much confusion. Exactly. Like it's so much confusion that's not clear. And if 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 it is clear and true, it's gonna be bad. Like the truth is bad now
In America, the truth is
in
bad.
America. So you gotta love truth more than America.
I would hope, but some people are diehard American. Our people just 100,000% should not be diehard Americans. It's just not logical. When your grandparents' generation or your great grandparents was getting hosed down by the folks, the descendants of the good boys, the good old boys, And so it's just like, what are you waiting for? Because we do believe that if he gets in, and you think he's going to be in office because of this.
Yeah, it just kind of reminds me of how, like, just say like I want to say back in 2000s, early 2000s and stuff like that. Just say like rappers, right? Um, if they get shot or go to prison, their albums will sell more. That that
Oh
that's what
gosh,
it
even
kind of
if they
remind
go
me
to
of.
prison, dang. Even
It's
if they
like
get
they getting more cred.
notoriety.
Yeah, so
America's
it's like,
backwards.
man, that's literally how I saw it. Like, Donald, he got up, okay, and he like, yeah, USA, USA,
He said, "Fight,
USA.
fight, fight." He
Yeah, and
said,
I'm
"You,
like,
they about to ignite
dang,
something." He was
this is
mad.
real right now. This is real.
He's like, "How dare y'all shoot me?"
Yes, like it's crazy. He said, look, they're not coming after me. They're coming after you. Talking about the people.
He's good with words because he ignites them good old boys. They be turning up. So yeah, if you look, you live by good old boys, just leave. Leave because they are about to turn up on the election. And there's so many different, I believe there's so many different things in place behind the scenes. And even seeing some of it, I actually went through and read that, it's a 100-page document talking about Project 2025, and it's quite confusing. At first, the first 10 to 15 pages, you're like, okay, they're bringing back the 10 commandments. They want to get rid of LGBTQ. You're like, okay, I don't see a problem with that. Then later, once you get past all that, I like to read and research everything. Once you get past all that, you see that they are reversing a lot of civil rights stuff. You're seeing language that white supremacists love to use, basically saying that they want the country to be owned, ran by white supremacists, not allowing black men to have jobs. Recently somebody actually sued, and it was part of the proponents of the Republican Party who actually sued a black man news anchor because he got the job before him. And so he said it was reverse racism. There's a lot of that language in that Project 2025. And so the wonderful Make America Great Again phase that you're going to see in America is going to resemble the 1920s and 30s. If you don't remember, feel free to talk to your grandparents or just do like 20 minutes of research to understand what the 1920s and 30s were like for our community. And our African brothers and sisters, most of y'all weren't there then. Africans that were born in Africa. And so this new dawn and age you're going to see in America, and I would almost promise you it's going to be coming in by January. It's going to be a different dawn and age of racism. It's not going to be like the hidden UK racism that's just a little prejudice. They're going to be violent like they used to be. They used to be a very, very treacherous, violent people in our grandparents' day and age prior to 1960s. That time is going to be coming back because this is their last, like that community that owns America and has those ideologies. This is their last straw. They're like, no, we have to go out with a bang and so that's you can
Yeah.
trust them that they're going to do that. If you don't trust them about some rebels from Europe, since America was created from European rebels. If you don't trust nothing else about them, you can bet on the fact that they will become violent
Yeah. Don't
by
trust
any
it, guys.
means.
Don't hold on to America for too much longer. Please. I'm begging you, please don't.
I
Like,
think the
please.
question would be, why would you hold on to America for much? Why would you? Like, for real, why? Especially if you have children, especially if you're young, you got your whole life ahead of you and you just want to fight for the KKK.
Yeah. Are you going to fight the draft? See, like stuff like
Mm,
that. It's like I
it's
guess
both
I
sides.
guess like at the beginning when I was talking about how stuff just passes like week by week.
Yeah.
Like that draft
We
is
did
still
forget about
real.
the draft.
You get what I'm saying? That draft is still real.
Hmm.
War is still right in America's face. Like it's a lot of stuff that happened just this year, just these past couple of weeks, just this past month. That's really serious. That's going to affect the future pretty soon.
If
The
not
the
next
near
week.
future, yeah. So I guess when I was talking about, hey, it's kind of going to pass, it's just like that type of
Something new every week.
yeah, something new every week. People. It's just so much stuff that's happening
A
that's
disaster
gonna
every
like
week.
gonna pass. Like if it's not Israel, if it's not Ukraine, Russia, if it's not Taiwan, if it's not South Africa, if it's not you know just everything really. Like if it's not weather in the states, if it's not people dropping from heat
in Saudi Arabia.
in India. Like
Yeah,
it's the world is definitely being judged, but America is going to get the worst of it.
yeah. Because America's Babylon the Great. And it just shows like I'm sure the nations and Australia, I don't know. That's why it's so interesting looking at international news because the side that the Australian Sky News picks, they said the headline says, and I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a writer, so I pay attention to way people position and word things.
Mhm.
They said on Sky News, this is a horrible day in American history, attempted assassination of Donald Trump. And so they're very, very much Republican, pro Trump, good old boys, foundational American European deal. And it's really interesting. I'm like, okay, just the positioning of it's like, okay. What stake does Australia have in it?
You said what?
Australia. The positioning that they said in the video on talking about what happened with President Donald Trump, it was the first one I saw from any nation outside of America
Mhm.
that said the worst day in American history, the attempted assassination of President Donald Trump. And so I just paid, that was the title.
Mhm.
And so it's kind of, I just wondered like, what stake does Australia have in it? It's
I
just an
don't know.
interesting time. I'm just wondering,
Yeah,
just a
it's a lot
question.
of like these next couple of days. We gonna be. I get the wordplay. How they were saying like it's a lone wolf shooter. We have to stop this Democrat versus Republican type war that's going on right now. Like I think it's really bigger than that. I think it's way bigger than that.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's somebody in America that's behind it.
Right. I agree. I don't think so either. I
That's
think
something
it's
that
something
like
different.
you know,
They're not going to
or
say that
even
though.
or it might be. You know how America be, just like how like nine. Oh, I don't know if we can say that now. I
What?
think they passed a law talking about 9/11 or something.
No, they was talking about the Holocaust,
Oh,
not 9/11.
yeah, like yeah, it's stuff like that where it's like you can't trust America because you really don't know. They really set stuff up um, in a way where they are literally behind it. Even with COVID, just think about that. How they were saying no China, China, and then it came to Africa, and then now they're saying no the U.S. was behind it. The U.S. backed a lab
Specifically
in
Fauci.
China. Yeah, it's like I really can't trust it. Y'all really can't trust what this country really says.
And you can't trust them good old boy neighbors y'all got. You might as well, just leave them behind, leave them folks behind, let them deal with that. Because that's next level.
Mm.
Attempted assassination on previous President Donald Trump. Biden released a statement. Barack Obama released a statement. The Secret Service, if you watch the video, they had to swarm him pretty quickly. He got up, putting his hands up, saying, fight, fight, fight. Like he was about ready to fight back. And it looked like they said one of the photographers was able to actually get the shot of it like going through his ear right here, like the top of
Mm.
his ear. And so they took a shot and it was like you could see the bullet going like that.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. But the strange thing about it that the news channels are saying from the witnesses, you don't know if it's you don't know what I'm gonna just say what they said. Some of the people in the audience in the community that were in Pennsylvania at that rally at the time,
Oh
they
yeah.
said before it happened, they saw somebody on the roof directly across with some kind of ammunition, and they were telling the Secret Service or telling whoever,
They
like,
was
look,
pointing
look,
just a
look.
big crowd. Just imagine a big crowd saying, "Look, guys, look, police, police here, or not police, police, police! Look, it's somebody over here climbing up the building." And like for 2 minutes, 3 minutes. That's
Multiple
two. That's
people,
too. That's too long. First of all, that's very long
multiple
in a
people.
crowd. So if somebody next to you pointing, you gonna be looking. You gonna be pointing. The next person gonna look and point. So that's like that doesn't add up to me. and then they didn't. Of course, they caught the guy. They killed him and stuff, but that just doesn't add up right there to me.
This is like a movie. I feel like I'm
It
watching
is, and that's
Soul.
why I'm like Hollywood is very tricky.
Am I
They're very
watching the real
tricky.
life Soul movie? I'm
You
like,
gotta think about it.
my gosh, like this stuff crazy.
Yeah,
But y'all,
yeah.
look, this is why we're releasing the State of the Diaspora July
Perfect timing too.
2024 because look, now it's not going to be open for a long time. It takes place this Thursday. Registration is going to end within 72 hours. But if you're somebody, you're an entrepreneur, you're an author, you're a lawyer, you're a tax professional, you're
Vantage
a real
point.
estate professional, you're into marketing, you're into IT, and you're serious about transitioning your life abroad, you're serious about investing, we're going to go through a 7-day workshop where we're going to do your talent cultivation to find out your work history and see how you can apply it to Africa, to see which countries in Africa are going to be best. Most people right now that have actually gone through the program, this is the third workshop, that have gone through are choosing either Ghana or South Africa. And so we're going to be going through finding the digital nomad hotspots, getting the finances together, hatching your 3 to 6 month roadmap to exit Babylon because this is prime time.
Yeah, it's
November
perfect
is how
time.
long?
That's what just happened. This is perfect time to click that link in the description and understand like you this is
Time to
the
go.
time to go because it's not time to stay around and play and try to wait for the next big thing like that to happen.
The
And
net for
then
real.
the next thing might be a stage blowing up. The Vantage Point. Somebody said that in the chat here. That movie Vantage Point. I
Okay.
I think I was trying to show you, but you wasn't interested.
I've never
But
heard of it.
yeah, it was like a movie where some kind of president, but the stage blew up and they went to each like a lot of people's vantage point and they kept rewinding it and yeah. But that's
That's
basically
not
what
like a
it is.
movie recent. Was it
Yeah.
recent? It was
No,
a
it's
new.
it's an older movie. But that's
Mm.
can you imagine a stage like blowing up the next rally or something like that? Don't don't wait for something like that to happen.
Anarchy, total anarchy.
Like you can't. You have to be ahead of the curve, like we always say.
Yeah, and the way you can do that, just look back at your good old history from, 1776 and understand. Y'all remember the Boston Tea Party? Y'all remember the slave days? Y'all
Ooh,
remember the
that was
1860s to
2% tax.
the
They was going
18
crazy
they flipped that they was not
over
playing.
2%.
They was not playing.
Now the
Now it's
taxes is
like
crazy.
35%
Yeah.
for some people.
Ooh.
They was not playing.
Ooh.
I'm telling you, look, if y'all don't go back to history and start to turn off Netflix, turn off Disneyland, doing all these silly things, and stop just wanting to be entertained all the time, because your desire to be convenienced and entertained all the time could literally be the detriment to your lineage.
Yeah.
When you're in a place like that, that is in total chaos. It's total chaos on all fronts, on every front, financially, spiritually, physically. The president just had an attempted assassination. The previous president just had an attempted assassination, and some people will still sit there. It's mind-boggling, the brainwashing.
Yeah.
I must assume that people that have no intent to ever leave America are just brainwashed 110%.
Okay, I got a question. So, how can someone prepare to leave if they want to leave and they're just so busy with work or stuff like that.
Good
I guess
question.
like what did we do? What did you do? What did I do? I guess we can explain both sides, like spiritually, emotionally, mentally, to
Okay.
prepare for our move
Yeah.
a year in advance. Put it like that, even
Yeah.
a couple weeks in advance.
Yeah. Well, spiritually, I had no desire to live in America my entire life. At a very young age, at 18, I knew I was like this. I could just see the trajectory. I'm the type of person I can see what's going to happen in the future, and I don't want to be included in it. Okay. So at 18, back in
I said it. Yeah.
2015, it starts spiritually from there.
No, I'm
That's the
just
spiritual,
trying
that's
to
where it
talk to the
starts.
people
Like,
like
I
'cause
had no
they just seem
desire
like they
to stay in
got less
America.
than a year. Less than a year.
That's where it starts. You spiritually have to have no desire to take part in American society. Whether it's violence going on or not, you have to detest the very fabric of everything that is included in Babylon. Everything they've done to your ancestors, everything they do today to nations all over the world, everything they do with LGBTQ, all these things, everything they do to silently, hit somebody on the back and then smile and then like it's confusion. You have to utterly detest that institution, that spiritual system. That's where it starts first spiritually. Second, what are you going to do physically? You're going to figure out what I did. I was like, okay, well, I can't necessarily move there to Africa and get a job. I knew that. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to become some kind of entrepreneur. Now, I didn't come from a family of entrepreneurship. I didn't know nothing about entrepreneurship. But one thing about me, I'm gonna learn. I don't care what it is. I'm going to read, I'm going to learn, I'm going to research, and I'm going to be diligent. And I will be excellent at anything I set my hand to because I'm willing to learn. So be willing to learn. Invest in yourself. Because if you're not willing to invest in yourself, then who's going to invest in you? You can't help it. Ask nobody else to invest in you. You gotta invest in you. You gotta invest in your lineage after you. Part of the spirituality of it is caring about your lineage after you. Caring about, what happens to my children? We have 5 children. What happens to my children if I stay here? What does life look like for them?
Yeah, yeah. I guess for me, I guess just trying to give people examples of what we was going through. Um, just say like 6 months to a year before we actually moved. Our mental state was already in Africa. We started to, look up African countries like
Yeah.
every single day. Like we was looking at
Yeah.
street foods, we was looking at
Yeah.
houses. Like that's all
Yeah.
that we focused on,
Right.
straight. So
True.
I guess for anybody that's watching this that wants to do that, give it 21 days. Whatever you do on a regular basis, don't do it. Give it 21 days straight. Look at the place that you want to go to. Eat the food that might be similar to that place. Look at houses, look at the
Yeah.
prices, everything, and spiritually really get in the word. Because trust me, when we was planning on leaving, I was working at a job at night. It was the beginning of the year, very snowy. Had to ride my bike on the bus and stuff.
Hmm.
So physically, mentally, and spiritually, I was there on the bus. I got my Bible. I'm reading the Bible every day. Um, I get to work on breaks. I'm reading my Bible. People will be so like very. They pretty much didn't like me because I was the one with my phone,
Hmm.
listening to songs that will get my mental
Yeah.
spiritually prepared,
Yeah.
right? So this one guy I remember, he was like, "Why are you playing that music? It's just a break room. Everybody just wants to come here and just relax." And I'm like, "What is wrong? You got a demon inside you, because it's no music like that. Where this is peaceful music, you know. So that you really have to prepare yourself, and if you prove and show the Most High that you're trying to be obedient to His calling, it's going to happen.
Hmm.
So that's the most important. Like have a routine that you really want to do this. No matter
Yeah.
what your money look like, no matter how you feeling, no matter what. If you be obedient and really sacrifice and try to do this, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Like really.
And it's honestly, a lot of people say, oh, it's so hard. It's honestly not. Maybe it's the way I grew up.
Nothing's hard.
The
It
way I
might be
grew up, I
challenging.
just wasn't raised to think that things were hard. Hard, I mean, I'm trying to think of something in life that I would categorize as hard, unless it's a
Running a
tragedy.
400.
Yeah, that 400, I didn't used to do those. I'm the 100. Look, 200 is a stretch. That 400, yeah, that's a fact.
Running the 300 hurdles.
The 400,
That 400.
that's horrible. But unless it's a tragedy, there's not much in life. Like I hear people complain, "Oh my gosh, entrepreneurship is hard. Business is hard. Marriage is hard. Being a parent's hard." It's like, y'all,
Yeah,
why do
you
y'all
got to be
complain all the time?
consistent. You have to be consistent about anything and everything you do. If you be consistent about it, it's gonna break eventually. But you really have to still just be consistent.
Yeah, and renew your mind. Stop saying everything's hard. That's It's not that hard. It's
Yeah.
just not. It's not hard to just look on you. Look, there have been people, we're just now in the age of technology. Prior to this, when people wanted to move to a new land, the way our forefathers did, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, when they was going to the land, they couldn't go on YouTube and say, hey, is the promised land good?
Mm.
Hey, is it good in Eden right now? Hey, is it good right now? They couldn't do that. And so it's just not hard. It's just not. You could say it takes some time to get used to it, something like that, but stop saying it's hard. It's just not that difficult. Entrepreneurship, the same way. Yes, it's something new that you have to get accustomed to. It's something new you have to learn, something you have to practice, but it's not hard. When you want to do something, you don't categorize it as hard, because then it's not going to get done. All because of your belief in saying, oh, it's too difficult, it's too hard. It's not that hard. It's really not. In the age of information, when you can go on YouTube and look up the information that you need to start. Then later, once you get yourself rolling, you can invest in courses, programs, mentorship, invest back in your business, invest back in your finances. It's not that hard. It's just not. There's just not that many things in today's time as people from the West that you should be categorizing as hard. Now, if you're somewhere, you live somewhere, you have to hike up a mountain to get your firewood, that may be hard, but we have seen African people do that and they do not complain. They just grab the firewood and get going and hike up the mountain. They're not saying, oh my gosh, it's hard. Like, get that out of your mind, because that is what destroys most people who choose to say, I want to go to Africa, or choose to say, I want to do entrepreneurship. And then they're like, oh, it's too hard. Everyone's against me.
Yeah. It
It
just
wasn't.
it
You was
really
against you.
it really comes down to your foundation and your faith and belief and what you really believe. Because nothing is impossible for the Most High. Like literally. Like if you don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard last days for you if you don't believe that,
Like
to be
really.
honest.
And you got to step into that too. You really have to believe that. Whatever you're doing, whatever type of challenge that's right in front of you, the Most High will clear that up for you and
Yep.
make a way for you to get through that.
Yep.
And it's that simple. Like really, you gotta think about Peter when he was walking on water. Like, whoo, can you imagine yourself right there? Like, will you believe that you can walk on water? As soon as you start looking around, seeing all this chaos going around, and
Mm,
the
distraction.
boom, but you really gotta have that belief, like that true belief that you can step on this water and walk.
Yep. Yeah, and it's interesting how Yahusha said to him, oh, you have little faith.
Yeah,
I'm right here with you.
because he is, and we are. Look, we're here trying to tell you guys, like, it's not time to. Oh, it's not time to be distracted, to worry about what's going on, to worry about what just happened with. I mean, of course, it's big news, but my mind is like, what's really going on? Like that's something different.
My mind's like, this should help you hatch your exit plan even quicker and more strategically, so that you don't have to be wondering which Republican or Democrat's going to come storming through your neighborhood next. You just don't. For what? Why live a life like that in an illusion? America is an
Big
illusion.
illusion.
It's a big
It's a play.
experiment.
It's a play.
It's a big
It's
experiment.
a big play.
And the world literally just looks at it like,
What's about to happen next?
okay.
They probably betting on America like week to week. This might happen. This might happen. You want to put money on it? Let's put money on it.
I'm telling you, because the Australian news outlet, I'm just like, why do they word stuff like this? It's just interesting. If you pay attention, if y'all know what I'm talking about, go to Sky News Australia. Just look at some of the headlines and just ask yourself, why do they position this like this?
Hmm.
Because you don't see these same type of headlines coming out necessarily of the UK or Greece or Spain or even India for that matter. But I'm just like, what's the thing behind Australia? What's their stake in it? Is my question. So yeah, y'all, go ahead, leave your questions down below. There's a lot of comments talking about what's going on. People are like, this is a lot. this going on. America is Rome. Trump got the new lives. I fled to Africa during the pandemic, but a single woman should not live in Africa. We are targets, especially if we got a little loot.
Yeah. Yeah.
American illusion.
And yeah, a moment of silence for I think they said one person died,
I
and
think
then
so. And
one's
then two
injured.
in critical condition.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's like, man,
that's a shame.
that's a shame.
Yeah, it's a shame. That's sad because it's a shame. I mean, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Yeah, guys. So make sure you like the video. Leave your questions in the comments
Yep.
if you have questions. But now is the perfect time to get out of America. If you've been thinking about it, it's time. If this not a sign, I don't know what kind of sign you looking for.
Yeah, I don't know. I know the entrepreneurs they getting out, they diversifying. The black entrepreneur community on my timeline, more and more people say, yeah, I'm investing in Nigeria, I'm investing in Dubai, I'm investing in Kenya, I'm diversifying, I'm
Mhm.
investing in Punta Cana, wait, how do you say it? Punta Cana. It's in the Dominican Republic, y'all. But yeah, people are diversifying. Our community, black entrepreneurs. And I just want to say entrepreneurs have a different mindset. If you're not an entrepreneur yet, start to read entrepreneurship books, start to just understand entrepreneurship because it opens up your mind so much to the point where you're like, okay, I'm not just limited to this one 9 to 5. I'm not limited to this one thing. I
Yeah,
can have assets in different places. We have assets in different areas of Africa,
exactly.
and
Yeah,
we are going to continue to do that because that's the wisest thing that you can do in these times where you're just trying to see, okay, how's this going to pan out
yeah.
with this world war, because it is a world war.
Hmm.
Where the lines gonna fall?
Exactly. It really opens your mind to a lot of stuff that you didn't know about that will help you survive long term. Like really, that's what it's done to us. Like it's a lot of stuff that we literally did not know about until we really start to we had to look at this stuff because
Finances, legalities,
yeah.
stuff worldwide, like different types of how can I say it? Different types of rebates and favor you can get from being an American in certain countries.
Hmm.
There's so much, which is why Stay the Diaspora is like now there's only 5 slots in it. So that's, typically 1,000 people watch these lives. And so if the link doesn't work in the description, you are too late. But we do look forward to having the 5 people that sign up on time. And yeah,
Hmm.
because it's,
It's a
it's
perfect
prime
time for it.
time.
It's literally the perfect time. Like that just happened yesterday, and we announced this what
Friday.
two Friday, Thursday, Friday. So it's like, man, that was perfect time. And so if you're serious, this is for you.
Serious people only. People that already, they have their skill set and they're just wondering, okay, but where do I put my skill set? What market is wise to invest in? What mistakes should I avoid? What logistics do I need to think about with immigration? What's going to be the easiest route to entry with the lowest barrier to entry? For me, it's an individual thing because each person's situation is different. A teacher
Hmm.
will have a different route than an IT professional. A real estate professional will have a different route than a marketing professional. A marketing professional will have a different route than a construction professional. And so there's all these types of rebates and these different types of favors you can get in various countries,
Hmm.
but you have to do the due diligence to figure it out.
Yeah, you gotta be serious, really. So guys, thanks for tuning in. Um,
Yeah, definitely get your passports. Right. It probably
yeah,
will be a rush. I'm telling you, because our community, they already like, um, I've had enough, thank you.
yeah, yeah.
In July, they like, okay, it's time to let. I was glad seeing those comments though from our community. Like Atlanta, Georgia is huge with black entrepreneurs. North Carolina, South Carolina, people are like, I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave. Thank you so much for the time, America. But I think the time has come to an end. I think it has. And it's mostly people that are ages 25 to 45. It's mostly younger people that are like, you know what? I do not want to spend the best years of my life in a wretched nation like that
Yeah, fighting for no reason,
for no reason.
no reason at all.
For what reason?
Yeah. Any last words?
That's it. You know,
That's it,
stay
guys.
safe. Buy your airplane ticket. If you don't have your passport
Please
already,
get your
you
passport.
are late.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to
please
break
get
it
your
to you.
passport.
Do that like right now
Yeah,
and live your best life in Africa because that's what we've been doing.
yeah. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. Um, and yeah, seek peace. Look, this is not the worst. It's just gonna get worse. It's gonna get crazier and crazier. So the chaos is gonna increase.
Yeah,
It's better to just get out of where is chaos happening. Um,
yeah,
because here is very peaceful here.
yeah.
Like it is.
It's like a different world. It's so strange.
So thanks for tuning in, guys.
Be blessed.
You guys seek peace always. Shalom.